Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to How Twin Things, guys. This is me, Ethan here.
It's been even here, guys.
Today, the Indian twins or the Brown twins are going to react to top 10 abandoned Disney projects. Uh, Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Leave a comment section somewhere here. What you want us to react to in the future. And let's get into the video, guys, right now.
Finding out about all the what if Disney projects got me kind of down because honestly a lot of these projects seemed like they would have been so good, like Cranium Command, River Country. I'm here for all of it.
Same, except not the rides that people have died
no.
on. Please don't bring those ones back, Disney. And if you don't know what we're talking about, make sure to check out part 1 to this video.
It was super fun, and based on the comments, you guys love seeing us collab and we love doing it as well. It's literally just always a good time when it's collab. It's just straight up banter, nothing else.
Yeah. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan.
And I'm your host, Ayman Hassan. I
That's
hope
on.
your day is going awesome
Yeah,
so far.
they're from
Today,
UK, I think
Lindsay
so.
names are
Yeah,
bringing
according
you
to
the
their
top 10
slangs.
abandoned Disney projects part 2.
Starting off this countdown, we have the Western River Expedition. The Western River Expedition was going to be a huge theme park attraction at Magic Kingdom. It was planned to be a Western-themed boat ride, narrated by an owl by the name of Hoot.
The Disney World, it
He
looks
would
like
guide
an
you through a
UK
bunch of
architecture,
scenes,
right?
like a bank robbery or
Disney.
one with prairie dogs
Yeah,
and
Disney,
buffalo.
that,
And of course,
castle.
there was going to be
Somewhere European.
Hoot Gibson,
European,
like, I'm
yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
You know how
Not
cute
the
that
American
guy
or the-
is? Now, originally the plan was to have a Pirates of the Caribbean themed ride at Magic Kingdom, but Disney thought that this wouldn't be a huge deal for Floridians since pirates are rife in their urban legends. But when the park finally opened up, everyone was super disappointed and kept asking the same question.
Where are the pirates? As a result, they never went through with building this ride. Instead, they figured out they should give the people what they want and make a ride based on the Pirates of the Caribbean. Plus, they realized that this ride would be several $1 million cheaper to build.
So they were like, screw it, let's save the 60 mil and build this pirate ride. Coming in at number 9 is Port Disney. So this one was a huge deal. It was meant to be 443 acres and have a whole marine themed amusement park, a cruise ship port, a marina, hotels, and a whole retail and
Yeah, how Disney
entertainment
goes.
district. It's like a whole little
Same
little
as the
city
Disney port.
almost. Disney Sea was a theme park that was going to be built there, and it featured every aquatic themed ride you could possibly think of. But considering how big the project was, there was a lot of local opposition and people didn't want the added traffic from tourists, and they also didn't think Disney deserved public subsidies for the project considering they were a very successful private corporation. Then the California Coastal Commission told Disney that, by the way, your plans are great and all, but a huge bulk of the project is not permitted under the Coastal Act, so what are you literally even doing? The mayor of Long Beach also ended up announcing that he didn't think the project made sense for the city or for Disney. Yikes. The project was shelved in 1991 and replaced by the planned Westcott Park that also eventually got abandoned too.
Making our
Looking
way
at this,
down
we
the
have to
list at
react from
number
the
8, we
Google
have
failed
the
projects.
Muppets. Due to
Sure.
the incredible success of MGM Studios' Muppet Vision 3D ride, Disney began working with Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, to include more Muppet-themed stuff around the park. They had plans to create a restaurant and ride similar to the Great Movie Ride, but it would star the Muppets. One of the things they had planned was a pizza parlor featuring Rizzo the Rat and Gonzo, but sadly, Jim Henson died shortly after, and the plans to have a Muppet takeover were cancelled. Imagine if the plans did go through though, there would be a Kermit the Frog themed everything. They need to have a Kermit's tea shop though, and have the logo as the, you know, the Kermit sipping the tea meme. That would have been great.
So that's none of my business. Filling out number 7 slot is Recess, the first day of school. So Disney hasn't just abandoned a bunch of attractions, it's also shelved a lot of movies. Now, although I didn't have Disney growing up, for the 1 year I did have it, I just overdosed on Recess. The show was just so good, it was a great time, always good vibes. And this movie was meant to be a prequel to the show to kind of show how the whole series even came to be. You'd think they would have covered the origin story in one of the 4 Recess movies already, but evidently they did not.
So I'm assuming that the movie would have shown how the characters met and became friends or something like that. But we will never know, since Disney released 0 teasers or information about the movie before they abandoned the project altogether, which is a tease if you ask me. Like, you can't just announce a Recess movie and then not go through with it. Either the idea was embarrassingly terrible or they didn't think the movie was going to be a big success. Either way, I wish they shared just a tiny bit of information on this project.
Literally, I feel like it would have done well.
No, none.
I think
Anything
so.
Recess does
Yeah.
well. Now at number 6 is the Persian Resort. So this project was essentially meant to be a themed hotel built for Disney World, Florida. The hotel was going to have this 24-foot dome on the main building, which is very typical of like Persian architecture. I would have loved it. It was going to be located north of the Contemporary Resort and east of the Magic Kingdom, and you could have gotten there via monorail. That's pretty damn cool. Apparently the Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, even offered to pay for the whole thing until, of course, the whole 1973 oil crisis happened. The project was cancelled along with the planned Venetian Resort and Asian Resort. The Shah still offered to finance the project until the Iranian Revolution, after which the project just got the axe for good.
We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Mythica. Now, there is little known about Mythica. In fact, we don't even know when it was in development. Nonetheless, it was a real concept that was going to be at Disneyland. So apparently, Mythica was going to be the name of a land with scenery, rides, and dining, all inspired by Greek and Roman mythology. Okay, as someone who loves Greek mythology, like I'm a huge nerd, I just love this idea. Wouldn't it be so cool? Like you could have rides based on the Greek gods. Like you could have a splash water roller coaster ride for Poseidon or a fire mountain ride for Hades. The ideas are endless. You could even have a section dedicated to Hercules. Like, come on, Disney, I got the ideas, you got the money, let's make this happen.
At number 4 is My Peoples. The concept of this movie is so cute. I'm actually quite sad it never got made, despite only learning about its existence like half an hour ago. Sometimes you just don't know what you're missing, you know, until it's just right there in front of you. Set in Texas during the 40s, this movie would follow two families, the McGees and the Harpers, and as you can guess, the two did not get along.
It's kind of a bit like Romeo and Juliet, since the family's children, Elgin and Rose, fall in love, while the families try to keep them apart. So cute. But then the movie does get a bit weird and Elgin starts to create dolls out of household objects. But this is Disney, so the dolls end up coming to life after an accident occurs involving a magic potion.
The living dolls end up helping the families come together, and I genuinely think it would have been such a hit. The movie was scrapped
Chicken Little.
in favor of Chicken Little, and as cute as that movie was when I watched it, I would have loved the Peoples as well, maybe even more. You know what I mean?
Same, it's a good idea. Maybe they thought it was too similar to Romeo and Juliet, but then again, those creepy doll things.
Yeah, literally. Household
know.
dolls. I love it. Filling at number 3 slot is Dick Tracy's Crime Stoppers. So if you're unaware, Disney planned on their 1990 film Dick Tracy to be a massive hit. Plot twist, it absolutely wasn't. But before its release, the company had huge hopes for the franchise, and Imagineers were planning
So
out
that's
the
a big
ride
loss.
Crime Stoppers. It was meant to emulate a high-speed
Did they
chase
release
through
this?
Chicago with
Huh?
Tommy
Did
Gun
they
and
release
the
this?
whole works.
Yeah, they
A press
released this,
release
but
was even
it
put
was a big
out
fail.
announcing the oh-so
Oh.
revolutionary
That was
ride,
just a-
and then
they
when the
didn't
film
make
tanked,
revenue
they
as
just
much
tried
as
to
they
pretend like
predicted.
the ride was never even a thing, just sweeping it under the rug and pretending it just didn't exist. At least the Tommy Guns didn't go to waste, though. They end up paving the way for the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin shooting adventure, so yeah, you win some, you lose some.
In our second spot, we have the Museum of the Weird. The Museum of the Weird was going to be the ultimate inception. It was going to be an attraction inside of an attraction. So it was going to be at the beginning of the Haunted Mansion attraction. It was going to include odd stuff like a chair that stood up and talked, along with other weird things collected from around the world. This concept was created by Walt Disney himself after thinking of all the unusual concepts one of his Imagineers came up with. He then figured he would combine them all in the Museum of Weird. But sadly, the plan was canceled after the Haunted Mansion attraction was turned into a ride-through attraction. However, some of the designs are currently featured at this attraction, including the wallpaper used on the walls in the Corridor of Doors scene. And in our number 1 spot, we have Lost in Scaradise. Love the name of this. So this one was going to be another Disney film. Any guesses as to what sequel of a classic Disney movie was going to be called Lost in Scaradise? Monsters, Inc. That's right, before Monsters University, Disney was working on releasing a film where Mike and Sully visited Boo for her birthday in the human world. But they discovered that the family moved, and so the whole film surrounds them trying to find Boo. Okay, I personally am a really big fan of this film concept. Like, that's such a cute idea. I would have loved this film if it got made.
I honestly watched Monsters Inc. when I was small, but I don't remember any of it.
I love the movie. I love it. Put that thing back where it came from, oh, so help me, so help me. I love it. It's so good. It's such a good movie. It's so good.
That's
Sorry.
so cute. But the idea was cancelled and replaced with Monsters University, also one that I have not seen. Now the reason being was because Disney shut down the studio that was making it, Circle 7. But this company was created originally to create sequels for Disney-owned Pixar movies, but after it was shut down, Pixar went on to create Monsters University.
I still want another Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I
movie,
thought
but I have a
Monsters searching
believe
for
at the
Pixar.
end
I
of the
didn't.
movie they
Yeah.
find that
It was in
Phil
Disney,
was
right?
just on
After
vacation
Disney
the whole
closed,
time, and
Pixar
they all
took
lived
it
happily ever after.
and
Pretty sure it was
remodeled it.
yes, the ending. If not, then you're welcome, Disney. I just gave you a great ending idea. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shout out portion.
We will be shouting
9:39. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Give us a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below for what you guys expect us to react in the future. Can we end this, LB?
Yeah.
Bye.